welcome or welcome back to Crafts by KMW. Thank you so much for clicking on this video to watch it. I truly appreciate it, and I hope that you will enjoy it. If you do, please click the thumbs up to like the video. It really helps me out with the YouTube algorithm and helps keep my video out there for others to see who would like to watch it. And if you're not already subscribed, I would love it and really appreciate it if you would subscribe to my channel. You will be able to see all of my previous videos as well as new videos that I put out, like this one. I post videos on coloring, journaling, diamond painting, general crafting. So if you're into that thing, I think you will like my channel. And again, I would thank you so much if you would subscribe and help me grow my channel. So today's video is a full flip through of one of my newest coloring books, Mythogoria's Nightmare Cabaret, a dazzling horror coloring book. So this one I bought with two other books from Barnes & Noble, and I did a quick overview of all three of them in a mini haul video that's already on the channel. And then I'm doing separate flip throughs of each one. At this moment in time, I don't know if all of them are already posted. It just depends on how I uploaded them. So you may be able to see all three of them by the time this video is up, or I may have one or two still to put up. So watch out for those if you'd like to see the flip throughs of all the books. So before I start on this one, I just want to issue sort of a warning. If you're not really into horror, you don't like gory, creepy, scary, dark images in your coloring books and elsewhere, you probably will not like this book. So you may want to skip this video. I know it's kind of counterintuitive for me to say you might not want to watch one of my videos, but if you're not into that stuff, this book may be kind of upsetting to you. The images are very dark. Some of them anyway are very dark, very gory, very horror, very creepy. And if that's not your thing, it just might not be something that you want to look at. So if that is your thing, I hope you will enjoy this flip through. And if you don't have this book, I hope you will go out and get it for yourself, because it is truly, though creepy and dark, a exquisite, beautiful, amazingly illustrated book. Fausto Bianchi is the illustrator, and his images are gorgeous. And it's really weird to be saying that images are gorgeous and dark and creepy and gross at the same time, but it is true. I don't know how he accomplished it, but he did. I would love to meet him because he has an amazing creative mind, and just the composition of some of these images is just mind-blowing. Like, you think, wow, where did this come from? So they are truly unique, and I think that was one of the things that drew me to this book. I am not a fan of horror. I don't like horror movies. I don't like Halloween. I'm not into being scared. I don't like gory stuff. I don't like monsters and evil and all of that stuff. However, I do like some horror coloring books. I have almost all of Alan Roberts' Beauty of Horror books. I love those. And I do have one other Beauty of Horror book that features animals. I'm sorry if you hear me clearing my throat or taking a break for a second. I have a little bit of a frog in my throat. I'm a little scratchy, so I apologize if there's little breaks. I'm either clearing my throat or taking a sip of water, which I'm doing right now. So as I was saying, I like some horror books, but usually lighter ones. I like horror with a little bit of creepiness, but not too much. Skeletons, witches, bats, zombies, that kind of thing. And that's what you'll find in Alan Roberts' series. But this is a whole different ball game. And I was really surprised when I looked at the images at first, but I realized that they are so beautiful and so unique that I wanted to have this in my collection. And hopefully you will see that as we go through. So the cover is really nice, thick cardstock. It has some gold foiling on it. And the gold foiling is slightly embossed, so it's raised. And I like that. It's a nice touch. And then the back cover is just flat, but it has some designs from the book on it as well. And we have a little blurb about the book. Welcome to the creepiest show on earth. Grab your colored pencils and dare to explore the weird and wondrous spectacle of Mythogoria Nightmare Cabaret. Inside, you'll find an alluring cast of bizarre characters ready to put on a terrifying show. Feast your eyes on more than 45 uniquely sinister and surreal pieces of art, featuring murderous puppets, mutant animals, bloodthirsty ringmasters, and demented clowns. Let your imagination run wild as you add a frightful touch of color to this spine-tingling performance gone horribly awry. And boy, that is the truth. All of the scenes in this book have gone horribly awry. So there's a little blurb also about the illustrator, Fausto Bianchi. He was born on Lake Como and now lives and works in Varese, Italy. He lives with his wife, child, and a dog and a cat. Fausto has illustrated for several Italian publishing houses and advertising agencies. I'm going to check if he has any other coloring books because his illustrations are gorgeous, and I would buy any other book that he has illustrated because he is supremely talented. And I hope that he will do more Mythogoria books in the future because I will definitely snap them up. So here we have the title page, and this has images that you can color. It's from the front cover. So I really like that when you have the ability to put color. So on to the first page. So I really like this page. I think it is really cool. It's actually kind of beautiful, and hopefully now you see what I mean. The illustration is just really exquisitely done. I love the Victorian look, the steampunk look. I love this little guy on the bird balloon in the background. I love that you have her really beautifully costumed. I really like the tombstones. There's so much you can do with this as far as color choices. It's just a really, really lovely image. And I will say before we move on that this is probably one of the tamest images in the book. I would say compared to the others, this is probably a 1 on a scale of 10 as far as gory, dark, really horror images go. So it's gonna get creepier as we go on. So this next one is a clown, and I actually like this one too. I'm not a fan of clowns. However, I really like this guy. He is older. He looks kind of friendly, and I think you could really make him go either way. He could be dark and creepy, or he could be really bright and fun. It just depends on how you want to color it. The snake, of course, is very menacing, but as far as the clown goes, he looks really kind, and I like those kind of clowns. I'm not too much into creepy clowns. This next page is another one that I really like. Again, this is just a really creative image. We have sort of like a fortune teller here, maybe. And I love all of his hair that would kind of be the hat, but it's actually hair. This hand is just really, really cool, really creepy. We have this young girl or lady behind him. I don't know, is she his captive? Not sure. We have like a house in the background, which you could make, you know, look normal or look more like a haunted house. Just so much that you can do with this one. So this is another one that I kind of like. It's a little creepier. So we have a ringmaster here who is just really excited about all of the gory things that are going around him. The severed head of a clown. We have a unicycler here who has lost his mind literally, and he's juggling some severed hands. So I do like the background though. I think it's really cool. There's a lot going on in this image, and I think it makes it more palatable, more normalized, I guess you could say. Not as creepy and horror. So here we have, this is, I think, one of the gorier ones. So we have this snake, and he's going to be eating her very, very soon. But I like the image because, again, there's so many other things going on in the composition that are not gross and not horror and not creepy. So we have this moth. We have this really lovely statue. She's in like a kind of a garden, I would say, outdoors. So it's a creepy image, but it is sort of balanced with some other images that I think give it a nice overall look. So here we have, I don't know, maybe death. And this horse is, I think, really cool. I mean, his headdress is really neat. I don't know what the toys are for. Maybe he's bringing them to children along with some, I don't know what, some mayhem. I'm not really sure. They're a little strange there, but I guess if we're in a circus, you could kind of see where he'd be carrying some cute little toys to get some kids kind of taken off their guard. I don't know. So I really like this one too. Here we have some marionettes. There's some knives going on. It's clear that these guys are probably not alive. Here's the hand that is controlling them, but it appears that maybe at one time they were alive. So this is kind of a cool image. I love the costumes that they are all wearing, really pretty. So here we have a master animal trainer, and he's got this bird rhinoceros hybrid, and then here we have a snake eagle hybrid. I think this is, again, sort of more of a macabre image, or kind of gothic, not as much like scary or creepy, but it is kind of interesting. I think it would be cool to color the background. I think that will bring the whole piece together. So I like this one. Here's one of my favorites. I really like this one as well. I think this skeleton guy is really creepy. It's clear that he used to be a clown. He has like clown pants on, and then he's holding a card, and he's sort of in like a card making factory. I'm not really sure, or maybe he's playing some type of card game. So, but I think this is a really creative, interesting page and will be really fun to color. So this next one is kind of cool. So we have someone's skull, and then they are wearing like a removable face. So here's the top part of their head, and the bottom part is down here. The eyeball is being maybe adjusted or put in, not sure. So this is a definitely more of a horror image, but again, I really like it. There's some lovely elements in here, and it has a very gothic look to it that is really appealing to me. I like the gothic theme. I like gothic coloring pages, like creepy dolls and things like that. So I really like that. So here I think is a pretty cool one. And not really into elephants, but here this poor elephant has been turned into kind of a car or a mechanical transportation vehicle. We have the ringmaster who is driving it, and there is a lady who is the passenger. Again, the background is really lovely with the hearts, and again, just a very interesting composition. I like this one too. So we have maybe some guests of the show, and here something bad has happened to this guy. Not exactly sure what, but there's a skeleton that is going to be doing something to him, and these guys are just thinking it's great. So I just think this one is kind of comical. I like this one. I like horror pages that have a sense of humor. It kind of takes the edge off for me, again, because I'm not into horror per se, so I like it when it's a little bit lighter or humorous or not as gory and creepy. So here we have a creepy one, but again, I think it's kind of beautiful in the same way. So she has been altered in several ways. I'm not sure if this is like meant to be a human breast and skeleton, or if it's supposed to be a winged bird. I'm not sure. And then she's holding what appears to be someone else's maybe zombie head or skull, but again, just really creative and interesting. So here's another one that's kind of creepy. So we have this creepy mechanical clown head. These bats are coming out. And here is the ringmaster. Love the background. It looks very festive when you have this creepy scene happening. And one thing I want to point out with this page is a lot of these pages have a lot of black in them. And traditionally, I don't really like that because it takes away your ability to color it in a lot of ways. Most colored pencils are not going to color on top of that and won't look good even if they do. However, now that I'm older and I have more coloring books and I have more things competing for my time, I kind of appreciate that, because if I want to leave it black, I can just leave it black and not have to worry about it, and then I have less to color and I can finish the page quicker. So I don't really mind that on these pages at all. I think some of the elements I might use gel pen or metallic marker or maybe Posca pen to cover, like on, I forgot to mention it on the page with the cards. So on this page. So I really don't like that the heart is black. So I will probably use metallic pen, Posca pen, sorry, I can't talk, on top of this to make it red. So you can color over these dark images if you'd like. I will probably make the gears metallic, you know, metallic gold or bronze or copper. So you can color over them if you want, but it's nice that if you don't, you can just leave them exactly the way they are. I don't particularly like in this book that the blood is all in black. I would have liked to have been able to color the blood with colored pencils, but again, I can just go over any blood with metallic gel pens and it should be fine. So I think this page is kind of creepy. Here we have two unfortunate acrobats who have, met a very horrible fate, and it looks like they're dead. It definitely looks like he's dead. I'm not sure about her, but I don't think good things are going to be happening to them moving forward. I do kind of like these skeletons, though. They have sort of whimsical looks on their faces, especially this guy. I think that's kind of funny. Again, I like how these elements, either of beauty or humor, help to take the edge off of these pages. So here we have another creative one where we have this really cool vehicle. Someone is driving it, and then I'm not sure what this lady is doing. She's got a very odd hat there. She might be waiting for a ride. I'm not sure, but this is kind of a cool image. You could do a lot with the skull, I think, on that one. So this one's really neat. So we have an acrobat, and she is a trapeze artist. She's being carted around on this bat, and there's another guy over here that is as well. I think that's really cool, really creative. And I love the background. It kind of reminds me of a scene from Harry Potter, like when they're flying and he's being chased by the dragons. So it kind of gives me that kind of a vibe. So here we have, I think, one of the gorier, creepy ones. So we have this guy who has an obvious hole in his chest and this heart that I would think has come out of there being pulled out by this snake thing. I'm not sure if it's attached to the eagle or not, or if he's also going to be getting an attack from the eagle. I don't know, but this is a pretty creepy page. And again, as you can see, the blood is all done in black, and I just wish that it wasn't, so we had more options. Now, really, the only option is to go over it with like Posca or metallic pen, because colored pencil probably will not cover over that black, but I'll get over that. So this one is kind of fun. So here we have some skeletons again. I like the windows with the gorillas in the background. I'm not sure they really go together, but it's definitely imaginative and cool. And here we have this, I don't know, maybe he's a tightrope walker. And I love his outfit. I love his face. And look at the detail in that. I'm going to raise that up so you can see that a little bit better. I mean, the detail in this guy's face is fantastic. Really, 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 really cool. So this page is a little puzzling to me. I'm not really sure what it all means, but it looks like maybe we have this priestess. She might be a voodoo priestess. There's some pins coming out of whatever she's holding, maybe a heart. And then we have some people who have had something bad happen to them. Maybe at her hand, she's holding a knife and she's piercing something. So it's kind of a strange image, but again, kind of cool. Her costume is lovely. The chair, the ornate columns in the background, really cool. So this is kind of a neat one. So we have sort of this Minotaur character, and we have some very interesting horses. These remind me of I think they're called Mistrals in Harry Potter, the horses that pull the carriages to take the students to the castle, to the grounds. And so it just kind of reminded me of that. So I kind of like this page. I'm not really sure what these guys here are for, if they're just like looks like maybe it's just a carry. He's just carrying it. I'm not really sure, but it's kind of cool. So here we have another kind of creepy one. So we have this young lady. She is, I don't know, maybe she's feeling the blood. I'm not really sure. But something happened to someone bad over here, and I think he is next. So it is a little humorous. It's a little funny. Like, you wouldn't think that this sweet little girl would be throwing an axe and murdering people, but I think that's the horror part of it. So here we have a very interesting scene. We have this lady. I'm not sure exactly who she's supposed to be, but I love her outfit. Really cool. And she severed this hand. This hand might be next. I'm assuming maybe the snakes might be next. I'm not really sure what it all means, but it's a very, very imaginative page. So here we have some acrobats or whatever. They are clearly severed from the rest of their body, and they are actually now acting as puppets. And here's the puppet master again. Her face is absolutely, or his, it could be a guy too, absolutely gorgeous. So much detail in there, just beautiful. So here we have kind of a gladiator guy, and he is coming through with, I don't know if maybe they're his army of eagles. They've stomped on somebody. Kind of looks like maybe one of the ringmasters, and he has not survived this stampede. Kind of interesting. I really like this page too. Again, it's very macabre. We have this really cute little girl, love her outfit, and then there's just a lot of weird stuff going on around her. So there's a dead guy over here, there's a dead guy over here with no head, maybe this is his head over here. We have these balloons with some dead people in there with severed heads. So just very, very creepy, even though she's kind of cute. So this one is sort of a disturbing image. I don't know, at least to me. So we have this guy who is clearly in distress, and things are not working out well for him at all. So he's got snakes coming out of his head. He's got a huge bird after him. We have this skeleton guy that is probably after him as well. So things are not going to fare well for this poor guy. So here's another kind of creepy one. So we have this clown who is clearly being attacked and maimed by this very odd snake creature who I would not want to encounter. It's kind of weird because he has this serene look on his face, almost like he's happy. What's happening to him is happening. And then we have, you know, like a female jester in the background who is really excited about what's going on and seems to be enjoying it. So here we have, this kind of is sort of Edgar Allan Poe-esque to me. So here we have a guy who is clearly in distress. I can picture these blades just swinging and getting closer and closer to him. And then, you know, this might be like a mad doctor, a mad clown. And it looks like he might have a clown outfit on. He's just waiting for whatever to happen to this guy so he can continue on with whatever he's going to do. So I really think this is a cool composition. So here we have a skeleton woman, and there's some hearts here. I'm not sure if one of them is her heart or if she's trying to connect to a heart again. I'm not sure. A very, very interesting image. I feel like I keep saying that over and over again. Interesting. Because they are. So here's kind of a cool image. Again, very gory. So we have this guy's head. Don't know where the rest of his body is. And then he is obviously getting a new face. And this is probably moving towards him. I don't know at what speed, but we know what's coming for him. And he obviously knows what's coming for him. I love the expression on his face. It's just really cool, although creepy. So here we have a pretty creepy one. I am not into spiders at all. So this is not one that I really like, but I do think I can appreciate the picture for what it is. So we have this spider woman, and she is on her way to get this, whoever this is, man. It kind of looks like a male's hands, possibly in like a ditch or trapped somewhere, and she's coming for him, and it is probably not going to end up good. I kind of wish it wasn't a spider, but again, I think it's a beautiful image overall, and again, the look on the face is just really cool. So here we have a page with creepy dolls. I really like creepy dolls. I like creepy dolls, gothic dolls. I've been looking for some really good gothic creepy dolls coloring books, but I haven't found any that I really like yet. Hopefully I will eventually. I keep looking on Amazon, so hopefully I'll find one that strikes my fancy. But this page is pretty cool. So we have this little girl, and she is obviously up to no good with this lovely doll, and she's done some damage with some other dolls too. So neat composition. This is my favorite page in the book, and this seems to me to be more gothic and less horror. So we have this beautiful vampiress, and her body or her like skirt is made of bats. I just think that is an incredible idea. So cool, so lovely. I think this will look really cool colored in very dark colors with maybe a little bit of red and purple. I think it'll be really, really neat. I'm probably gonna copy this one so I have it and I can print it off when I want to, because I can see this page done in different colorways and different styles that would make it look really pretty. So I think I definitely would like to color this one again. So here we have a magician with a pseudo bunny, this poor guy. Don't know if he has a rest of his body, but he has been plunged with swords, and he's getting tortured with the bunny ears. And so God only knows what is in store for him next. It does not look good. He looks very evil and very creepy. So this is a creepy page. So here we have another quite creepy page. So we have some flying skeletons, and they have carted off maybe the ringmaster or someone else in the show or in the circus or wherever, in the cabaret, and we can already assume that they're up to no good and nothing good is going to happen to this guy. So I really, again, just a very imaginative, cool page. There's a lot you could do with the domes here. I live in a city where we have a building in our downtown area that is very old. I think it was built in the late 1800s, and it has a gold dome on the top. And so I could see myself doing at least one of these in maybe gold. I think that would look really cool. So here's a really creepy one. Just the thought of it just gives me the creeps. So here we have several people, or what once were people, in these torture contraptions. This guy looks really uncomfortable and in a lot of pain. These two don't look like they're alive anymore. So just a very, when you think about it, it's just a very horrible, horrible thought, to be tortured. So that's a very horror page. So here we have another one. I'm not sure. This guy might be flamethrower or a sword thrower. He's riding on this gigantic bat. He definitely looks like he's up to no good. I'm not really sure what this large insect has to do with it. Maybe it's just in the background, but I'm not big on bugs, but I could see why this would be here. It is a horror book, so not my favorite page, but I think it will look really, really cool colored. So here's another one that I think is kind of neat. So we have some puppets, clown, and I'm not sure what this is. It's like a heap of something. I'm not sure if it's a heap of what used to be a monster, because we have sort of like some like almost like an alligator mouth and teeth here, or if it was a costume. I'm not really sure. Just a really a weird page, but really cool as well. So here we have another very creepy page. So I think this is our ringmaster or someone else in the show, and nothing good is going to happen to him. He's being held by these swords that are actually going through his appendages, and we have some creepy band members, marching band members down here, and we have this acrobat that's just kind of flying around. So God only knows what's going to happen to him, but it's not going to be pleasant. So here we have another one that is, again, I'm not exactly sure what's going on here, but it's kind of cool. So we have this pseudo girl, woman, monster with this mask on, and she's piercing a heart. There's a skull in a cage. There's some birds here, some eagles. I'm not exactly sure what this all means, what's happening, but it is really cool. Here again is another very gory one, I think. So we have this clown that is clearly being tortured in multiple ways. And then we have like this jester that is coming for him, and he's going to add to it. I think it's really cool how the snake's body is actually going through his hand. I think that's kind of neat. So maybe the snakes are like extensions of his hands. That's kind of interesting. Again, just very innovative. So here we have, I'm not sure what he is, a member of the show, and he's riding this horse that has swords for feet, and he is clearly attacking this animal. And back here we have maybe the ringmaster who's just enjoying it. I love the background. You know, we have these flourishes and the brick, and there's even some hearts. Just really cool. So here we have another torture page, and I do like this one simply because she, I think, is really cool. I love her face. She's like the Queen of Hearts, but not so much heart. She is giving this guy a new partial face. How horrible is that? He can obviously feel it, see what's happening to him. He's had a new kind of top of his head added. So very, very creepy, very scary image, but I do like it. So here we have another one where we have this poor soul that is having some very bad stuff to happen to him. And we have maybe the ringmaster and his assistant that are overseeing it and are probably going to participate from what I can tell in this book. So should be kind of a wild night for this guy or gal. I'm not sure if it's male or female. So here we have some more torture. So this person has been very tortured. Things are being removed from its head. And here we have this maybe woman or girl kind of watching like, ooh, this is awesome. You know? Yeah, look what's happening. I think that's really cool. Love the clocks in the background. Really neat. So that is the last image. I hope you enjoyed this flip through. I really like this book. I am really excited to color in it. I think the pages are going to look gorgeous. Do I love all the images? No, but I can appreciate them all, and I probably will color them all. I think this is definitely a book that I do want to color completely. I think it is really, really interesting, different, unique, and really well done. The illustrations are just really well done. One thing I really like about it is that you know what everything is. Like, everything is very clearly defined. In some of the mythographic books, I feel like the images have just so much in it, and you don't know, like, I look at things, I'm like, what is that? Is that a hand? Is that an arm? Is that a piece of clothing? You don't know what it is. And there's just so much that you can't even tell what is what. I really like about this illustrator that you know what everything is in these pictures. They're very clear, they're detailed, they're creepy, but they are very clear, and I really appreciate that. So let me know what you think about this book in the comments. Let me know if you have it, and I would love to see any colored pages that you have done in this book. You can post them on my Facebook group if you join it. That's Crafts by KMW. If you would like, you could also find me on Instagram at Crafts by KMW. And I always forget to say this. You can also find Finn, my cat, on Instagram at Finn the Fabulous Black Cat. Finn spelled with 2 N's. So you can check him out and see his antics if you would like to. He's an extremely photogenic cat. I'm constantly taking pictures of him. So if you'd like to see what he's up to, you can follow his Instagram account. Again, on Finn the Fabulous Black Cat on Instagram. So thank you again so much for checking out this video, and I hope you have a truly fantastic and, of course, very crafty day.